I believe that what Jesus represents is God going to the most extraordinary lengths for the one. And should that one be me, then I've got every reason, 10,000 and 100 billion times more on top of that, to live my life in a way that wants to say thank you. And the best way I can say thank you is to reciprocate what he's done. So will I.
God of creation, there at the start, before the beginning of time. With no point of reference, you spoke to the dark and fleshed out the wonder of life.
So will I, 100 billion times. And like 1,000 times I've failed, and 10,000 reasons, and a million of these, and we just went for the biggest number imaginable, 100 billion. Actually, Ben Hastings, who sings a song and is just the biggest legend ever, he's super talented, and he has more than his talent, he has the softest spirit, and that's why I love him. The song is about God as an artisan. It's about God as an artist working his masterpiece, a work of art that's called love. And it began with creation, and it goes through the whole story, and it was finished at the cross, and now it continues to be rebirthed and restored in and through us here now. And the whole picture is response. If the stars were made to worship, so will I. You know, if creation bows before you, so will I. If it all exists to praise you, so will I. And the more we thought about it, like there was just like endless metaphors and pictures and things that kind of came back to this response. And maybe nothing better than if you laid your life down. If you gladly chose surrender, so will I. And if you left the grave behind you, so will I.
100 billion creatures catch your breath, evolving in pursuit of what you said. And if it all reveals your nature, so will I can see your heart in everything you say.
It was like every single moment we thought about what it means to be responsive to what God has done is like, it was like mind-blowing. Like, hey, like God has done this and God has done that and he's done this. And then if you have, then so will I. And to me, that's everything. Like the entire story of why we're here, our purpose, what we need to do, how to navigate all the craziness and what it means to just follow Jesus and to live for God, for all we don't know and for all we do and for all we think we've got figured out and for all the questions we still have. Ultimately, what we need to do is live in response, not to what we think God wants or what we think God wants here, but just in response to what he's done and what he said he's going to do. Our mission, which is I see your heart 8 billion different ways. And I just wanted to get 8 billion in a song because I love that that's how many people roughly, approximately are in the world right now, and every single one of them matters to God. The premise is simply that every single person on earth is made in his image, it's a reflection of his heart. And we're so good and so quick at stereotyping and marginalizing and separating and drawing distinctions between people who we think God loves, and you know, and it's not who God is. And we got to the end of the song and it was all done, and we had actually finished recording the vocals, and I was like, the song shouldn't be called like 100 billion times. Like it's not about a number, Because even the biggest number that we could imagine is too small, infinitely small, for the reality of what God's done and his just limitless wonders. For all the magnitude of God, like, we can't put a number on him. You can't be limited by even the wildest numbers that we could have, a billions to the 100th power of the degree of the pi of numbers, decimal points going into infinity. It can't amount to who he is and his desire. And we just got talking about the fact that for all the magnitude of numbers and for all the magnitude of what God's done and the magnitude of the bigness and the just of God, what he's doing, what makes God amazing is that he's personal. And I think about the fact it's so easy to get lost in the crowd in our churches and in worship events. I look at a crowd of people and I'm sitting there thinking, like, would we be doing this if it was just for one person? And I pray that we would. And I think that Jesus would have gone to that cross and he would have died if it was just for one person. And that one person is you. And it's also everybody else too. The last line to me, which was really the last thing, kind of sums up the whole song and everything about God. That simply says, you would again 100 billion times. Everything you've done, you would do it again. If a number or if a measure could amount to your desire, then it would be this. You're the one who never leaves the one behind.
Like you would again 100 billion times. But what measure could amount to your desire? You're the one who never leaves the one behind.